Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Knights of the Fallen Empire Jedi Knight Edition. Oh yes, I shortened it a little bit. Yes, did you see that? Oh, fantastic. So, now, with the fantastical and just utterly devastating loss of HK in the previous episode, I always really hate seeing him go because he's such a... It's amazing how he's so honorable. And he's technically obviously a bodyguard droid, but the HK series is always technically an assassin. But anyway, the point is, him sacrificing himself, it really hits you, doesn't it? It really hits you, and I personally do not like that in the storyline. But obviously, there is actually, I believe, a chance for him to return at some point, or technically not him, but a different one, if you know what I mean. So, well, whatever the case. We do now need to head on to the Alliance War Room and, well, participate in the Alliance stuff. Now, most of the Alliance stuff I am going to be skipping because, well, it actually does not change the story whatsoever. It is a lot of exposition, it's a lot of filler content, and I think we kind of want to get to the next chapter, don't we? We want to get to the next chapter and we want to see what's going on there. And I will actually be maybe doing some Alliance missions to see if we can get a companion. I actually don't think that any of the Jedi Knight companions are available, obviously apart from T7. I don't think so, at least. I'm not sure. I'm searching my brain right now, but I can't think of any. So, anyway, yes, enough talking. Let us head on in to the Alliance War Room and see what Theron, Lana, and the rest of the gang have to say. Let's get in the Scooby-Doo van or something.
A squadron run like that will fail without detailed schematics. We need hangar positions, defensive capabilities. It would also help if we understood how to disrupt the power core.
I cannot divine such information nor pray to the gods of science. All I can do is speculate. Unless, that is, we could extract such data in secret.
Don't look at me. I've snuck into some crazy places, but stations like these are another deal altogether.
Alright, we'll table it for now. We have company.
Need some help?
With Arkan's battle stations? We will, as soon as we understand them. We're building a healthy alliance, but it's not enough. The core worlds are still under the threat of Arkan's considerable reach. Now, I've assembled a team of specialists to help tackle the big questions and find potential recruits.
Dr. Juvard Ilip Ogorab, if you recall. I'm no biologist, but I admit I'm fascinated by the effects of long-term carbonite poisoning on your mental faculties.
Baywan Ego, former fleet admiral in the Republic Navy. Discharged, but still in this fight.
Hilo Viz. Sure you've heard of me. Broke the toughest blockade in galactic history. Republic's greatest outlaw hero, basically.
Your visage surfaced in my trials. I am the mystic Zana Ray. I will assist you.
Exactly what problems are you all working to solve?
Exactly all of them. Logistics, intelligence, military, technology. And don't get me started on the Force.
If I may be so bold, I would ask a favor of you. I have my trained eye on a promising recruit. A Gand of all creatures. If you'd like to go over the details, you may find me in my splendid new laboratory.
So that's the team. Any questions?
I won't take any more of your time. I look forward to working with you all.
A pleasure to meet in person.
Good luck out there.
Thanks for dropping in.
Okay, well, there we have it. Now, of course, that Gand, I believe we all know, is Yoon from the Trooper story. If you haven't seen Zainash, then obviously that is a slight spoiler, but it really isn't, because what other Gand do we know? Not anything otherwise. Yes, exactly. If I could speak properly, that would be great. But anyway, one of you actually mentioned why we're not picking more dark side options in the comment section, and yeah, that's the thing. I would love to be able to pick more dark side options, but I can only do that when they are fitting to our role as a Grey Jedi, and that's what I said. I said I would pick Grey options, well, technically dark side options, when it was appropriate. In other words, killing an evil doer, or killing someone that has killed millions of people, or something along those lines, in comparison to just selecting dark side whenever I felt like it, basically. But anyway, Grey Jedi in Knights of the Fallen Empire, it doesn't actually work very well. In the base game, yes. In the base game, it actually works quite well, and you can pick a lot of neutral options. But in this, it's either light side or it's either being kind of offensive to everyone. So, yeah, you basically got to choose between being a true Jedi in true Jedi fashion or being, well, basically annoying to everyone. So anyway, let us speak. Actually, yes, I guess we'll just speak to Dr. Ogorob.
Ha! We meet again to share your company twice after so many years. I did not believe destiny could be so whimsical.
Yes. Now, this is obviously a problem because they've now reverted back to the old style of things, the Knights of the Old Republic conversation styles, and so I'm going to be reading out our options here. Well, not the options, but I'm going to read out the one that I'm going to choose. Yes, we do remember working with him, of course. He was on Makeb, if you recall. Yes, I know that Makeb is not a favorite of everyone's, so it's probably something that you may have skipped. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Makeb, not great. But it is actually, it's actually a pretty cool storyline, so if you missed that, who knows? Well, whatever the case, I'm glad we'll be working together again, Doctor.
Indeed. The intervening years have not treated you well.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. That's so pleasant of you. Oh, yes. You spend 5 years in a toxic carbonite stasis and see how you feel.
A fair point, actually. You know, I still look back fondly upon our collaboration on Makeb, toppling Taboro. I had hoped to be able to work together again, and now we have been given the opportunity. Let us not squander it with idle chatter. On to business. It is no secret that against the Eternal Empire we stand at a massive technological disadvantage. In fact, that is almost an understatement. My role here is to coordinate the Alliance effort to understand the Eternal Empire technology, and to develop our own to bring us to an even footing. The task is daunting indeed, which is what makes it exciting. To succeed, we must gather scientists, researchers, and representatives from the galaxy's many sentient species for their fresh perspectives. I do, an exceptional Gand, both a findsman and an engineer by trade, is currently located in Zakuul's Old World district. Findsmen have a unique perception of reality. They can intuit what others struggle to grasp at all. A findsman who is also an accomplished engineer. I salivate to contemplate the contributions such an individual would make to our cause. I have forwarded to you our information concerning Yoon. For now, I must return to my art. This conversation has left me feeling inspired, and I must create.
Well, thank you very much for that. Okay, so yes, this is... if you haven't seen Zainash, actually, I don't know, well, maybe you're just not into Sith or something along those lines, but if you haven't seen Zainash's story, then this is where you gain influence and, well, obviously rewards, and you build your Galactic Alliance. So you can gain a bunch of different companions, and you can, well, earn influence with all of the different specialists that we have here. Dr. Ogorob, for example, Baywan Ago, Hylo Viz, and Sana Ray. They are all of the specialists, and they all do different things in the base. And obviously doing the companion rescue slash sort of recruiting missions, they obviously will give you more companions, give you more people to sort of inhabit your base, which is very cool. Now, the only problem with that is that the missions to actually retrieve those are kind of, they're kind of meh, you know. I don't really I don't really think that's kind of the best description that I can kind of give, because they are not actually story based. They have nothing to do with the story at all. So that's kind of irritating somewhat. But as you can see, the battle against the Eternal Empire continues on the planet of Dessen. Forge your alliance and continue your personal Star Wars: The Old Republic saga through classic conversations. Kind of a bad design decision in my opinion. I would have loved to have continually heard Zaylan and the voice actor, obviously David Hayter, you know, continuing there, but oh well. Presenting you more dialogue options and personal interactions as you rally your alliance camp leaders. And that's true, it does actually give you more customization in the conversations, but anyway. By increasing your influence rank with each of the alliance camp leaders, in other words, the specialists that I was talking about, you will strengthen your alliance, giving you new story choices and avenues of adventure. I actually don't think that that is true. As far as I'm aware, As far as I'm aware, I don't think that actually happens. Maybe if you, yes, maybe if you acquire a companion that you had in your story, you know, in the chapters 1, 2, and 3, before we started Makeb and all of those things, if you acquire someone like that, like if we, for example, were to get Kira back, which would be absolutely fantastic, if we were to get Kira back, then that would have an effect on the story. But obviously, I don't believe she's actually in this, and I don't believe any of our other companions are either, so yeah, that's also a problem. But anyway, as you can see, specialist contacts, which is exactly what I was talking about, getting the companions, or turning in supply crates obtainable from planetary heroic missions, the Star Fortress, Flashpoint, and more. Then for each supply plate, supply plate? Oh yes, there's a plate now, instead of a crate. Well, that's great. As your influence grows, each Alliance camp evolves into bustling centers of activity bent toward defeating the Eternal Empire. So there is that. So that's really, it's kind of cool, and it's actually good if you want to do those things. I personally really like the story, so I'm just going to be going through all of these conversations now because they do not have any effect on the story whatsoever, and I'll see you after that. Well, with that done, it is time now to relax in the cantina. Oh yes, this is going to be great. Obviously, we do have someone to meet first, and I think everyone knows who it is. Hello, C2N2. You're fantastic, aren't you?
Master, at long last we are reunited. Oh, how I have missed you.
Oh, yeah, good. You're still intact. No, we're not going to say that. Okay, so let's have a look. Hey, C2, I've missed you too. Shall we say that? I guess so.
Oh, Master, my circuits overload with joy at hearing you say that. There are so many people within this facility. I am truly beside myself with excitement at the sheer number of lives I can now make more comfortable. I have gathered all of my remaining comfort supplies in preparation. Unfortunately, there are not enough to completely pamper a facility of this size. But that is no excuse not to do everything I can. I simply need to be efficient and apply my efforts where they will provide the greatest joy. Perhaps you could help me, Master. As someone who knows the people here, you are well equipped to determine which comforts would be most suitable for each part of the base.
Sounds like a good plan. I'll help, I guess.
Excellent, Master. Let us begin at once. I shall explain each of the comfort-enhancing items available, and you will designate where to send them. No more than one per area, though. We must be fair.
Okay, pick the best amenities of each section of the base. Got it.
I have several modified food processor control chips. These will produce low-calorie meals, which are still highly nutritious. I can personally construct some portable, non-perishable meals, allowing people to eat properly no matter where they might go. I have a variety of extra pillows and padding for seat cushions, a simple yet often overlooked method for enhancing contentment. Finally, I have a supply of synthetic Alderaanian nectar. I have no sense of smell, but I'm told its aroma is utterly sublime when run through air circulators.
Oh, well, thank you very much, C2N2. Wow, that Alderaanian nectar sounds very good. Okay, so, yes, got it.
Where should we allocate the modified food processor control chips?
Oh, okay. Oh, this is gonna be... Oh, no. Modified food processor control chips. I'm actually unsure. Okay, well, modified food, I assume the soldiers are going to need that, because they're going to eat a lot, obviously. They have to consume a lot of calories to, well, keep up their body mass, I would assume. But okay, let's do that.
Yes, Master. Where should we allocate the portable non-perishable meals?
Okay, well, I assume... Portable non-perishable meals. Maybe the smugglers? The smugglers could use that. I mean, the Force Sensitives are basically going to be staying on the base. Dr. Olgarob is going to be staying on the base, so portable meals? I guess Hilo could use them.
As you say, Master. Where should we allocate the additional seat cushions?
Well, that's... I think we know. Yes, that's the Force Sensitives. Why not?
At once, Master. That leaves the Alderaanian nectar for Dr. Olgarob and the research lab. Excellent, Master. I shall get started at once. You should check in with each of the specialists. I'm sure they'll wish to praise the improvements we've surely made to their daily lives. Let me know how it goes.
Yes, now that is kind of the issue that I have with the sort of missions surrounding the Alliance. They do like to say, hey, go over here, go over there, go over here, and then go over here, and then come back. Yeah, that's pretty much what they do. But we still have to relax in the cantina, and I think we should.
To old friends and new allies.
I'll drink to the second part.
Do you even recall the last time we relaxed?
I can. It was 2.6 million years ago, and Senya was still a jerk.
And to think I was going to sing for you all tonight.
You were what? Ah, come on. I have got to hear this.
Too late now.
Theron, you can't let the weight of the galaxy rest on your shoulders all the time.
Isn't that why you talked me into coming here? To lighten your load?
I brought you here because you're good.
Hey, look who it is. Don't worry, didn't really start without you.
Yes, we've only just begun. I wasn't sure you'd attend.
You think I'm that dull?
Should I tell the truth?
Lie, 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 lie.
Ah, don't listen to them. So, you gonna have a drink with us or what?
I was hoping to have a talk with one of you first. Lana, spare a moment?
Of course.
So, I think I'll go.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. See you later.
Yep.
It's quite something, isn't it? So much more than the last alliance we formed. What I suspected when we aligned with Theron, Satil, and Darth Mar has borne out. I may have initiated events, but they would never have coalesced without you.
We haven't succeeded yet. Far from it, in fact.
Agreed. But there's another truth I can no longer avoid. I thought you were the only one to stop Archon simply due to your capabilities, but now I see. This is destiny. Your destiny. It goes against everything I know to be true, but it's there. It's real.
Not if I do this alone, it's not. You're an important part of what we're trying to accomplish.
Of course, and I'll continue to be for as long as you'll have me. I think we should rejoin the party. We have earned it, after all.
Are you kidding me?
Look at my serious face. You tell me if I'm lying.
Oh man, such a Lana thing to do.
I know, isn't it?
What are you two discussing?
Nothing. Definitely not anything about any abductions on Rishi.
Nice to see you two could bond over something.
Hey, have you seen Senya? Has anyone seen Senya?
Koth, she's not hunting you anymore. You're going to have to trust her eventually.
I thought this was supposed to be a celebration.
Sorry for bringing it up.
Doesn't look like there's much celebrating anyway.
Crew needs to be back to work in an hour. That should be fun.
I need to schedule some meetings.
Reminds me of my advisor days.
Thanks, all of you. It means a lot that you're here.
Likewise, Outlander.
Tora, Len, let's go, you miserable lightweights.
Oh, shut up!
And I have to say that some of those, in other words, some of those scenes, the scenes where you actually really get a good piece of writing and really good voice acting and comedic timing, those are the moments that you really, really want to have basically as much as possible. But obviously when they do come along, they are diamonds in the rough, and it's actually really cool. But anyway, I think it's about time that we end this episode of here. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.